We are live from the Darien Ice House in Darien, Connecticut. The DAF Media Network bringing you Varsity Boys Ice Hockey. This afternoon, it's the Darien Blue Wave taking on the Notre Dame-West Haven Knights. Damian Andrew alongside Bill Kirby, and we want to apologize for the technical issues we were having in the first period. We are now live, and Darien leads 2-0. Bill, if you would recap that first period as we are now underway here in the second period, but Darien striking quickly in that first period and then added another goal.
Yeah, it had a little bit of a slow start. I thought Notre Dame-West Haven jumped on a bit out of the gate, but then Darien settled down. Notre Dame-West Haven took a few penalties, and at the end of the day, it's 2-0 Darien after one, with Sam Erickson scoring 2 goals, assisted by Jamison Moore on both of them, and Matt Stein picked up an assist as well. We're opening up the second period here with Darien in the box for another couple seconds here. Now we'll be 5-on-5 in another second or two. So it was a good period. This was a rematch of last year's quarterfinal state matchup where Notre Dame took down Darien, and what at the time was a pretty good upset. So I think both teams, Notre Dame's coming in ranked number 1 this year. They're 7-0. They've got some nice wins on their schedule so far, having gone up to Massachusetts and Rhode Island over the holidays and picked up a couple wins. Beating Catholic Memorial in a shootout. I guess officially it's a tie, but that was dangerous.
And when I talked to Darien head coach Matt Budd, he said really 2 big games here. This game this evening against Notre Dame-West Haven, and then Monday night back here at the Ice House against the Greenwich Cardinals, a team that Darien has already beaten once this season, 5-3 over the holiday break. So here in this second period, Darien in the home whites, skating from right to left on your screen. Notre Dame-West Haven in the green and gold, skating from left to right as they take it across center ice. It's broken up, back going the other way to Darien, into the corner. Just underway here in this second period. A takeaway for Notre Dame-West Haven, and no goal, a point-blank shot there for Ryan Ahern.
Yeah, really nice move there. He left the Darien defenseman standing flat-footed, walked right around him, came in alone on Schofield, but I think he just missed the net there, trying to go top left corner, and just missed by a couple inches.
Chris Schofield in goal for Darien, the sophomore, played last year as a freshman. And Connor Smith in goal, number 33 for Notre Dame-West Haven. Defensive zone face-off for the Wave. It's controlled by Darien. Puck along the boards. Here comes the Wave.
Yeah, and talking to Coach Vieira before the game, his 3 keys were to work hard, be disciplined, and brotherhood. Being a Catholic school, I suspect that's a little bit what you talk about there at on the third point, but they were anything but disciplined. I think they took 5 or 6 penalties. Darien had several, might have had 3 5-on-3s, taking advantage of one of them to grab that lead. So I'd like to think you'll see Notre Dame being a little more disciplined here in the second, trying to stay out of the box and play more 5-on-5 hockey.
Line change as Darien dumps it into the Notre Dame-West Haven zone. Darien head coach Matt Budd said his team needs to be more consistent, Bill Kirby. He said they've picked up some foolish penalties thus far this season. They've played well, 5-on-5. And Darien off to a 3-1 start. The lone loss to Hamden, second game of the season, 5-2 at Astorino Rink.
Yeah, it just, taking undisciplined penalties can really lose momentum, and Darien took one there, kind of a silly penalty away from the play, really, interference call. They had a lot of momentum there, and no reason for that. So you got to be smart. You got to stay out of the box. I'm sure Coach Vieira said the same thing to his kids. Looking forward, we'll be joined by New Canaan head coach Clark Jones shortly. They just knocked off Northwest Catholic to move, I think, to 4-1 on their season. So it'll be interesting to hear what Clark had to say about the first period, and we'll talk a little bit about what the Rams have done so far and what he's looking forward to as the season progresses here.
And had a big, thrilling win, come from behind win against Notre Dame Fairfield, and that's a goal for Notre Dame-West Haven. And I believe it was Ahern, the junior forward.
Yeah, the way it's come out a little flat here, I think. They're being outshot 6-0, 4 minutes into the period here. And seemingly had all the momentum, and now you're one shot away from a tie game. So, as much as Darien probably could have put up 3 or 4 goals in that first period.
And it was, in fact, Ahern, as we get official word from
right off the face-off there. It was a nice play by Ahern.
And, Bill, I remember him from last season. Solid player for Notre Dame-West Haven.
Yeah, no, he's... Again, they were down so much it was hard to tell what was going on in the first period, talent-wise. Nice play by Fiorita there. Get a good look on net, but he threw it over the top.
And that's another goal for Notre Dame-West Haven as they even things up here in the second period.
I couldn't tell if that was Schroeder or Ahern.
And that was Schroeder, Zachary Schroeder, the junior defenseman, with the goal for Notre Dame-West Haven. So the Green Knights come out strong here in the first 5 minutes of the second period, and we are all tied at 2.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. That's 2 breakaways Darien's given away here in the first 5 minutes. Very undisciplined by their defense through the neutral zone. Got to be a little smarter than that. High stick on Notre Dame-West Haven. Looks like it'll stay down here. We're getting Coach Jones hooked up here as soon as we unravel his headset. We'll get him going in 1 second here. We have a face-off down in Notre Dame zone to the goalie's left.
And New Canaan head coach Clark Jones joining us. Coach, nice win this afternoon for your boys.
Thank you. Yeah, it's good to be on here.
Nice having you on.
My fellow Union graduate.
Yeah, another Union boy
That's
here.
Right.
You're gonna hear
Another
a lot
Dutchman.
about Achilles and Mesa tonight.
We can talk Nate Lehman rebuilding the program and all sorts of good stuff.
Yeah.
But good game right here, Coach. I know you've been watching from afar. Tale of 2 periods with Darien coming out pretty strong in terms of putting 2 goals on the scoreboard in the first period, and here in the second period, Notre Dame-West Haven has answered. And Bill, I don't know, I was off mic there for a second, but it was Ahern who was credited for that second goal.
Okay, so he's got
not
both.
Schroeder, so he's got both goals for Notre Dame-West Haven.
No, he's a nice player. What are your impressions of this game so far, Clark?
Well, I think Darien's held most of the play. I think it just, for about 30 seconds there, the risk taking on the back end just was.
Yeah, no, not smart.
I mean, your first job is to keep the play in front of you, right? And
yeah, I mean, they gave up 2 clean breakaways in the first 5 minutes of the second here. Just very undisciplined. Got to be smarter than that. Particularly when you've got a lead against an undefeated #1 ranked team in your own barn.
Yeah. But I think Darien's actually played. They've had good pressure for a lot of the game, and
yeah, I thought if they were a little cleaner on some of those man-up opportunities, they could have been winning 3 or 4-0 pretty easily. A little too cute on some of that stuff, I thought. And sometimes just trying to keep it simple is the best recipe for success.
Shot by Bobby Allen there. 8:05 remaining here in the second period. 2-2. A lot of scoring. If you like offensive hockey, well, this is the game.
You got Massey down below the goal line.
There's
and
Schroeder.
Leaves a 3-on-1 going the other way.
Schroeder trying to get it to John Derrico there, but it slides by.
The game of hockey is pretty simple. When you complicate it, it always goes against you.
Yeah, I mean, I have Darien with 1 shot on goal here. The halfway mark of the second period. Coach Bud's not going to be terribly pleased with that. Again, just getting pucks deep, and had a couple bad entries into the Notre Dame-West Haven zone, led to offsides. And, next thing you know, it's 2-2, and you're starting all over again.
Erickson back on the ice for the Wave.
How the Rams season going so far, Clark?
It's going well. I mean, I think you're never really satisfied early on as you're trying to. Everything's so compressed that you're just trying to sort through a lot of things, and
it's such a short season.
Yeah, but they're 6-1 and they're finding ways to win. A couple of overtime wins, so we're pretty pleased with how we started.
That's a solid start. Yeah, absolutely. Lone loss to Hamden, like Darien.
Yeah, I mean, talk about playing a very simple game. Hamden does it to a T. They just chip pucks out, get pucks deep. It sounds like they didn't do that particularly well today, though.
Oh yeah, what happened to them today?
They lost to Greenwich 7-0.
Oh my God,
yeah.
That's shocking.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we were talking before the game, Damian, Clark and I, and we hadn't had a chance, Damian, you and I, to catch up given the technical difficulties. But there's been some interesting head-to-head scores. You kind of look at stuff on paper, and at the end of the day, that doesn't mean anything. But you do want to look and see what some of your common opponents have done, and there's been some interesting scores. But certainly, given what I've seen, I wouldn't have expected Greenwich to take Hamden down 7-0. That's shocking.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't either. It seems to be pretty wide open, though.
Puck precariously in front of the Notre Dame-West Haven goal here as Darien tries to get off his shot. Notre Dame-West Haven able to clear. Under 6 minutes remaining, tied at 2. Darien with 2 first-period goals, and Notre Dame-West Haven with 2 second-period goals, both scored by Ryan Ahern, the junior forward. And again, Bill alluded to our technical difficulties, trying some new equipment out, had some issues with one of our cables, Bill, and we are up and running and glad to be bringing this to you on the DAF Media Network. Happy to have New Canaan head coach Clark Jones with us for the
always
second
some
period
gremlins running around the rafters here, Damian.
Well, we've been pretty lucky, but today we ran into them.
And Clark, you're a little young this year? Is that fair to say?
We're young, certainly a lot younger than the last several years. So. And the younger guys are contributing, doing a good job. And obviously, we got a freshman in net who's been really good for us.
Well, that helps. You can't do anything without good goaltending.
Yep.
So key. Makes a huge difference for sure.
I mean, the last couple of years, we had a kid who'd never played goalie before.
Yeah, that's crazy for a program.
He did a great job
with New Canaan's history and culture. It's but kids leave and.
Oh. And a goal, Darien, at the 4:57 mark. of the second period as
I think that's Fiorita.
Matthew Fiorita, the senior, he scores to put Darien back up a goal in the student section. Loving it.
Yeah, nice crowd tonight. Yeah, he dusted that off about 7 times. I didn't think he was ever going to shoot it.
As we take another look at this, Fiorita able to put it in.
Yeah, just caught the right post there, I think, Damien.
Yep, trickles in.
He got everything. He got all of that. That was a great shot.
Great day at the Darien Ice House. Great crowd for the new Canaan Northwest Catholic game as well. As we've mentioned, Rams coming out on top. And here's Darien.
But Notre Dame can't handle Darien's quickness. I mean,
Smith trying to pounce on that puck. And a good show of sportsmanship there between Bennett, McDermott, and Smith.
I would think we're going to end up 5-on-4 here if I had to guess, but
so the officials will sort this out.
I think the goalie's got to get a penalty. He absolutely flattened McDermott, and then you had a couple guys tussling behind the net, so I think they'd get matching. And
I think it's just the goalie. I think
oh, really?
Yeah.
That's all they're going to do? Okay.
I think so.
I'm a little rusty, Clark.
I'll tell you, I absolutely love the way Bennett McDermott plays.
He's feisty.
He's a gamer.
Yeah, he is. No, he's got great hands, obviously, and reminds me of Gunnar Granito a little bit in that regard. You know, good shot, good hands, very crafty, and
he's just got a great motor.
He's got a big motor. His feet are always moving, and yeah, if he were 4 inches taller and 30 pounds heavier, you know, he could probably keep going.
Plays with a lot of passion.
Yeah, that's a play where someone's got to take the goalie's eyes away.
And Smith covers it up. We've got some extracurricular activity again.
Yeah, this is close to getting out of hand here, unfortunately.
They took another one.
Yeah, well, you know what? I hate to say it, Clark, to be honest, but I've seen some very undisciplined. This is a different coaching staff. This is Larry's second year running the program, but dialing back a few years ago, the Notre Dame-West Haven historically has been very chippy, in my opinion. They have some good hockey players, without question. The Lynch brothers were excellent. A couple other kids whose name escaped me, but they certainly can get chippy at times, and that's an example of that. I think this is Darien's 4th 5-on-3 tonight, and they were pretty obvious calls.
Nice save by Smith on the shot by Stein.
Well, Moore's got to get in front of the goalie.
Yeah, there's no traffic in front of the goalie.
No, they're not taking his eyes away. I mean, it's talk about keeping it simple, right? And that's just a basic play. 5-on-3, someone's got to get right in his kitchen and just take his eyes away. I mean, you watch that happen, you know, at a collegiate level or in the NHL, and the goalie can't see the puck. We had a couple good shots there, but nobody's in front of the net.
And that's a goal for Darien as Sam Erickson puts it between the pipes, and the celebration ensues. 3:43 left in the second period. The Wave go up 4-2.
No one fronted him there. I mean, he was able to walk right in.
Yeah, he is. I mean, quite frankly, it was not a great angle to shoot from. He was on his off wing. Beautiful execution, but...
and he beats him near post, as we just saw another look at that.
Oh, that was near side.
Was able to put it through.
All right, so now we still have 1:33 of 5-on-4 here, so great opportunity for Darien to really put the hammer down after kind of letting that lead slip away here, grabbing a 3-goal lead inside of 4 minutes in the second.
As soon as Clark hopped on the mic, all sorts of offense, Bill Kirby.
Well, he's
The irony.
Six
It's
goals,
amazing.
6 goals in this game so far.
when Clark was younger, he was a pretty prolific player, so maybe he's bringing some of that magic for Darien here.
Another shot from the point, Darien, saved by Smith.
Very undisciplined play there by McDermott.
Yeah, that was right to the head.
Yep, no, that's just not smart. Not when you're man up. You just can't take offensive zone penalties.
You know, the amazing thing about high school hockey is the teams that can just, not only in their play, but in their emotions, just remain disciplined. They're generally winning out. And
Yeah, well, it's funny, talking to both coaches before the game, they both talked about being disciplined, and I'm sure Larry was extremely disappointed with his kids after the first. They've been better here in the second for the most part. But you just can't take stupid penalties. The games are so short. I mean, that's one of the things I always complain about on the air. I mean, the fact that these kids are playing 15-minute periods, I think, is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, the Pee Wee and Bantams are playing 16.
Yeah, no, it's really crazy. They've got to, the state's got to fix that. It's not fair to the kids, and the season's too short as it is. Capped at 20 games, but to play 15 minutes is ludicrous. You look at prep school where a lot of the better kids ultimately go and play, and they're playing 9 more minutes a game, and that's a big difference.
Skating 4-on-4 here for the next 31 seconds. Then Notre Dame-West Haven will be a man up for about a minute.
Clark, did you catch much of the World Juniors?
Oh my gosh, that's like my favorite
Yeah,
thing
it's
to watch
pretty fun,
every
right?
year.
Yeah.
And a local kid, Trevor Zegras, just had himself. I mean, it was like a highlight was coming every time he got on the ice. And Spencer Knight, of course, had a great tournament. But that's some of my favorite hockey.
Yeah, it's certainly on our calendar at our house. I watched a ton, and a little disappointed in the play of the Americans this year. I thought they had a better, more talent than they showed ultimately. But
we were waiting for the Americans to really load up some lines, and it's like it never happened. And
well, I mean, look, you talked about Trevor having 9 assists. You'd like to see him score a few goals probably, but obviously he had a great tournament. Cole Caulfield did not have a very good tournament. He's a prolific scorer. I wasn't overly impressed with Wallstrom. As big and strong as he is, I didn't think he did much. Turcotte didn't have a great tournament. So, I mean, obviously you're talking world-class players here, and that's hockey at the highest levels. But, you're got some first-round draft picks who, just didn't get it done.
yeah, and the Canadians, they're big players.
They stepped up. I mean,
Yeah.
Lafayette was fabulous, obviously, and that's what you need. You need your big players to step up, and I just didn't think the U.S. got that with any consistency.
Under 2 minutes remaining here in the second period. 4-2 Darien. 4 goals scored in this period.
Erickson overhand on the puck there almost cost Darien another breakaway.
So, we talk with our kids so much about managing risk, and it's one of the most important things in these games. How do you manage risk? That play, you just got to get it deep. You get pressure on, you just get it deep.
Well, particularly, I mean, it's one thing to turn it over in your opponent's zone below the goal line or something like that, trying to make a play, but you can't turn it over at your own blue line or red line when the play is going the other way. That's a high danger play and high risk.
Yeah,
and that'll cost you.
Final minute of play here in the second period. 4-2 Wave. Again, want to thank you for watching us here on the DAF Media Network. Apologize for our technical issues. Weren't able to bring you the first period, but plenty of hockey here, exciting hockey here in the second period between these two high school programs. .30 seconds left.
Yeah, really, as poor as Darien played the first half of this period, they've really been quite good the second half. They've gone from, I don't know if they had a shot, maybe had one shot the first 7 minutes, and they've now got 13 this period. They've piled it on here in the last half, so I don't know what Coach Bud said, but they woke up a little bit.
They just had so much zone time down low, and their quickness it's noticeably.
Yeah, I mean, some of the kids aren't the biggest kids around, but they do have a lot of quickness for sure. Kids can skate and move their feet, and that'll often get it done. We got a whistle with 2 seconds left here, and Notre Dame just kind of threw one at the net. It was about 3 feet high, so no shot on goal there. One more face-off. Oh, there we go. Larry's pulled his goalie. I like that.
Well, they scored off one face-off already. Might as well go for it.
Yeah.
1.9 seconds left in the period. Offensive zone face-off for the Green Knights. And that'll do it for period number 2. It's in the books. 4-2, 4 goals, 2 by Notre Dame-West Haven, 2 by Darien. And that is where we stand as the teams head to the locker rooms. 4-2, Blue Wave in front. Want to give a quick shout out to our DAF media production crew, all student volunteers. Our director, instant replay coordinator is Trey Cahill. Our camera 1 operator is Dylan DeRiso. And in the penalty box, ice level, is Jack Kelly. Want to thank them for their efforts in getting this broadcast on the air. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more live hockey here. You're watching the DAF Media Network. Darien up 4-2 on the Green Knights of Notre Dame-West Haven.
Clark, thanks for stopping by. If we can't convince you to stay for the third, we'll look forward to seeing you at the rink soon, and good luck the rest of the way.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Clark.
In 2008, a group of 4 women came together to create a playground by the beach for kids to have fun.
We thought it would be great to have a playground at the beach. We live in a community that's on the water, and it would be really fun to be able to appreciate that. There was a playground here originally, but it was in the backwoods and there were mosquitoes. It was very, very unappealing and no one wanted to go there. Building and designing and fundraising the playground definitely took a good amount of time.
We had to fund it. It was $250,000. We had an estimate given to us. We had to fundraise for that amount of money, and we started out with different ways of doing that.
One of my good friends did PR, one did the graphic design. I ended up being in charge of selling all of the bricks. We had someone doing the playground design, and we were all moms who were mothers of preschoolers who had just left the workforce.
We approached a lot of different big companies, and they said they couldn't fund us. We weren't really reaching the amount that we needed to reach. We decided to go ahead and ask the Darien Foundation for a large donation to kind of kickstart the campaign.
The Darien Foundation wanted us to expand the project a little bit because they felt like the playground was really only for the 2 to 6-year-olds. Once the Darien Foundation agreed to pledge money, the town agreed that we could put swings in.
So I have their coffee and watch their kids grow up and have fun.
Playground by the Sound has been an important part of the community for 10 years. During our 3rd annual Weed Beach Fest this June, we made the playground kind of a center point of the actual event. In honor of the 10th birthday of the Playground by the Sound, the Darien Foundation hosted our Kids Cove, and for the first time we were able to offer it open and free to the public for over 400 kids to enjoy, and we are so thankful for the Darien Foundation.
The Playground by the Sound grant had a big impact on the Darien Foundation in 2 ways. Number one, it was our first, or one of our first, big capital grants, and we were really excited to
We are back live here on the DAF Media Network, about to drop the puck on the third period of this boys varsity ice hockey game between Darien and Notre Dame-West Haven. We are underway. Darien in the home whites, moving from left to right on your screen, and Notre Dame-West Haven in the green and gold, moving from right to left. And just seconds into this one, we have a whistle. And Notre Dame-West Haven will have an offensive zone face-off here. Down 4-2. Damian Andrew, Bill Kirby, our DAF media production crew, Trey Cahill, a shot, and a nice stop by Schofield. Our DAF media production crew, Trey Cahill, our director, our camera one operator, our main camera operator is Dylan Doriso, and our ISO camera operator in the penalty box is Jack Kelly. All student volunteers, all members of DAF Media, all doing a fine job. Well, Bill Kirby, you're a purist, so I don't know how much offense you love. But boy, if you love offense, which I do in hockey, there was a lot of it in that second period.
Yeah. What did we get? I guess four goals, right?
Two
and
from
two.
each side.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, it's good. Fun period. Yeah, I know it's fun to watch the offense. It did, I talked to Coach Vieira between the second and third. He was a little disappointed, as we talked about a bit. Well, that's a dangerous play. Looked like the Darien defenseman got slew-footed there. That's how kids get hurt. He's going off for a hold, but another undisciplined play by Notre Dame-West Haven. In my opinion, anyway. So Darien will go back to the power play for probably the 8th time tonight. I got to do a better job of keeping track, but he was a little frustrated in talking to him. Obviously coming in undefeated, having coached here prior, I know he wants to win this game badly, and the boys again have been a little undisciplined. I don't think if you're Notre Dame-West Haven you can really argue with any of those calls. Just not smart. You're on the road, you got to be disciplined, you got to stay out of the box. Again, something both coaches talked about before the game.
So Darien on the power play, a man up, 5-on-4 here for the next minute, 35 seconds.
Really love to see Darien do a better job taking the goalie's eyes away here. Notre Dame got away with a trip there on Erickson. We've been back to 5-on-3.
Sam Erickson with a goal in that second period. Nice stop by Connor Smith there. And the puck slides down into the Darien zone.
Looks like a penalty on Moore here is going to negate that.
So we'll be skating 4-on-4 here as Moore takes a penalty. He goes to the box. 13:26 left in the third, just underway here. Offensive zone face-off for the Green Knights.
Again, we talk about it. Clark alluded to it when he was on between the second and third, in the second period, and again, both coaches talked about it. But I know kids are trying to hustle and make a play, but you can't take offensive zone penalties. It's just killer, particularly when you're man up. So, Darien had another minute of power play time there, but squandered it with the penalty to Moore.
Low. Nice pass to Teddy Dyer. The shot and the save by Smith.
Yeah, nice quick shot by Dyer. Smith got it with his shoulder there, I think.
Going the other way.
All right, so 30 seconds left on the first penalty, and then the visitors will be man up for just over 40 seconds. Nice crowd, Damien, eh?
Hey, it is a great crowd. This is such a small barn that when it fills up, it's a really electric atmosphere.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to make some noise in here with these, whatever that baffling is on the ceiling.
This will be alive when Darien and New Canaan square off, as it always is, the home barn for both programs. And couple that with the intense rivalry, and it makes for quite an atmosphere. But the Darien student body has really come out and represented here this evening. Saturday night. Thanks for spending your Saturday evening with us on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew, Bill Kirby, so glad to have you. We've got a good one here from the Darien Ice House.
Another 25 seconds left here. Yeah, unfortunately, Damon, I think I'm going to miss that one. My daughter's lacrosse season opens up that weekend. Yep. Yeah, so I'm going to head down to Florida to watch the Wolverines take on the Jacksonville Dolphins. So we'll have to bring in the B team.
Want to thank Bill Kirby, as always. He has been so wonderful with his time helping broadcast these hockey games, a sport that he played in college and is passionate about, obviously.
It's fun to watch some of these Darien boys grow up, and you know, whether it's watching them play lacrosse or football or hockey, it's always enjoyable, and certainly happy to support the program any way I can.
Max Sharp had that last shot, the save by Smith, puck in front of the Notre Dame-West Haven goal along the boards here. We're back to even strength. Puck in the corner.
Massey got good wood on that, but I think the defenseman knocked it down. Didn't get to net.
You mentioned Larry Vieira. Used to be the head coach here at Darien years ago.
Yeah, I have to check on that. 2 or maybe 3 years, but I think last year was 2011 before Chris Gerwig took over. And yeah, Larry's, I believe, a history teacher at West Haven High, and I believe was a goalie in college, if I'm not mistaken. And very passionate about his hockey. His
uncle, one of the legendary college baseball coaches in the Northeast, coached at the University of New Haven and had an unbelievable program there.
Really? I did not know that.
Yep.
You're always full of interesting factoids, Damien.
You handle the hockey, Bill. I'll try to do my best to handle whatever I can.
There you go. Well, you were juggling a lot tonight.
We were running all over the place, weren't we? Again, want to apologize for those of you. We have over 100 views right now, and want to thank all of you for watching us here on the DAF Media Network, which is a largely student-run organization, and our students do a tremendous job. Had some technical issues, trying out some new equipment, and even being here well in advance sometimes as we take a look at Chris Schofield in goal for Darien. Sometimes the gremlins, as Bill said in the second period, can come to play.
Larry's really hot here on that last Notre Dame penalty. I'd say it's close to getting a bench minor, but it was a blatant trip. I mean, he just took the kid's skates right out from underneath him. I don't know what he's complaining about. A pretty blatant trip in my eyes. And quite frankly, 20's lucky he didn't get a roughing penalty after the fact. He flattened a Darien kid in front of the net. So from my vantage point, Notre Dame-West Haven continues to be very undisciplined.
Darien on the power play again here. Shot from the point. Stopped. That was a tripping penalty on Notre Dame-West Haven. Johnston throwing that on the net moments ago.
Well, you know, they're doing a nice job. So they're working an umbrella, Damien, where they've got the guy in the middle, and sometimes they'll move an overload and then shift it to the middle where they'll kind of go one high, 1-2-2 essentially. And but again, they're not doing a great job taking the goalie's eyes away. They're you know, and it's not fun because you're going to get your ankles slashed, you're going to get hacked in the calf. But you know, the kids are wearing about $1,500 worth of equipment, so they've got plenty of padding on. You just got to get in there, bear down, know you're going to get slashed, and take the goalie's eyes away. Oh, really nice move. Oh, missed the net. Nice move there by somebody. I couldn't tell. Might have been Moore. did a lot of good work and then kind of fanned on the shot.
Yeah, it was Moore. Jamison Moore, number 17. A minute left on the Darien power play.
I'm going to have to talk to Mac and Tropsa. I'm not. The silver looks great, but you can't see them from 100 feet at all.
The numbers, yeah.
It's really hard to see who's out there. I love the sweaters, but the silver with the blue stripe going horizontally is tough.
Quick story, Bill Kirby. We were doing a Darien Fairfield Ludlow football game early in the fall, and Fairfield Ludlow was playing at Darien, and they had, believe it or not, white on white.
Oh, come on.
So the unis were white, the jerseys were white, and the lettering was like a kind of an off-white, but boy, from a
with no border?
From a distance, a little bit of a border, and that's the only reason why you could see it.
Yeah, but
but it was really tough to make out. It's funny. I think the University of Oregon has really had a say in uniforms over the last 15 years when they came out with those crazy uniforms for the football team a while back, and everything is these bright colors. Same color on same color. We've got some extracurricular activity here. 7:53 is a stoppage.
Yeah, they've taken alternate unis to a new level out there, thanks to Phil Knight and Nike. No, I love these sweaters, but the silver's a little hard to make out here from the press box.
And for those of you who are watching this game and care about what's going on in the NFL playoffs, Niners are up on the Vikings out on the left coast.
What do we got?
It was 27-10 last I checked. I'm going to check again here.
Tough to get a good signal. I was trying to check some college hockey scores, and
it's 20. Oh, it's a final, 27-10. The 49ers go on to beat the Minnesota Vikings. And coming up tonight, the Ravens and the Titans, obviously. Boy, what a fun team that Ravens team is to watch, Bill.
Oh, God, yeah. Jackson's amazing.
Jackson has, for what was he, the 5th quarterback taken in that draft 2 years ago, and he has really emerged as, obviously he can do it both with his legs and with his arm. Fun to watch.
Well, obviously reminiscent a little bit of RG3, right? I just hope he can stay healthy.
Yeah.
He seems to be doing a great job so far, and is incredibly talented, obviously.
It's funny, isn't it, how, our high school program was, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, but, boy, that's changed the way football is played at the high school, college, and now professional levels.
All right, so now Notre Dame-West Haven will go up. It looks like I think Bennett McDermott's probably off for roughing, if I'm not mistaken.
Bill, how big is this now? 7:46 left in the third period, down 2 goals on the power play here. Certainly Coach Vieira would like to get something on the scoreboard with the man up.
Oh, it's huge. Yeah, and they just squandered that away.
And they just squandered it by taking another penalty.
Again, I mean, look, if I thought it were a lousy call, and he had the kid pinned to the ice with his stick under his shoulder, didn't let him move. Just not smart. I can't really argue with it. Oh, pardon me. I thought I saw McDermott crawl in the box, so it was Moore. Would have loved to see Massey slide that puck over to the right there to his partner. So we'll skate 4-on-4 here for 1:38, and then Darien will have a very short 18-second power play, and that'll take us down to the just inside of 6 minutes. So. Nice play by Leanne there to stop, and then throw it up. We got a one-on-one now with, I think that's Conway. Nice check by the Notre Dame defenseman there. Conway's looking for a penalty, but not getting one. Clean check. I think for both teams here, this is important to play smart and keep it kind of clean. I just saw a flying elbow by one of the Darien kids there. He missed him, but just not smart. Play the game, respect your opponent, respect the game.
.6:39 left, 4-2, Blue Wave. Skating 4-on-4 here.
Just waiting for the trainer to get to the Notre Dame-West Haven bench. One of the kids got up funny a minute ago. Didn't look too bad, but you never, you don't want to take any chances.
Schofield covers that up.
Just the second shot this period with 6.5 left from Notre Dame-West Haven. Only their 12th for the night. The Darien defense has really done a nice job, as well as the back checking by the forwards tonight, kind of limiting their offense. Aside from a couple breakdowns where we gave up those 2 breakaways. Darien's got a 2-on-1 here.
That looked like it deflected off of Smith's glove.
Yeah, he got it either with his glove or his elbow.
Yeah.
It was a good shot, trying to go far right corner there from the left side coming in. I didn't catch that silver number. Again, with the jerseys kind of scrunched up, it's really hard to make them out. When they're standing still and unfurled, you can see it just fine, but when the kids are moving, it's difficult. Oh, there's
that's
a snipe.
Darien goal.
Right off the face-off. It might have been Erickson. I can't. Yeah, Erickson with his 4th. Kids having a night.
As we take another look at this here.
I think he got the water bottle too, which is
nice
always.
Angle, and it was Erickson.
Can we,
Trey, if we can get another look at that again?
Again, real quick, before we drop the face-off here.
All right, we'll get to that. Stay right here, Bill. We'll get to that in just a second. 4th goal for Sam Erickson. You said it, Bill. Having a night. Under 6 minutes left, Darien extends its lead to 3 goals. Smith stops it. And let's take another look now at this goal by Erickson. There we go.
Yeah, he beat the kid straight up and then just, I think, went top left, beat him to the near side.
Nice celebration, too.
Yeah, no, he's got that one down. There's a lot of practice tonight.
Puck in front.
If you're Coach Budd, I think you gotta love as much rubber as you're getting to the net tonight. I mean, obviously they've been man up a lot. That obviously helps, but you know, they're gonna be north of 40 shots tonight, which is I'm sure that'll make the coaching staff really happy.
Well, you know, it's funny. You always talk. One thing you have taught me is that you want to get traffic in front of that goal, the greasy goals, as you like to say, and
that's so important.
All sorts of traffic in front of the net that time. Here's Darien now.
Fiorita dumped it in, gets off for a change, get some fresh legs out there. Well, again, there's really no such thing as a bad shot. I mean, when you're man up, you want to be selective and make sure you're making smart plays. You know, taking advantage of the extra real estate out there. But you know, you look at Penn State, and aside from the last couple games where they've been a little challenged to score, you know, they lead the country in scoring. They also lead the country in shots on goal, and obviously there's a pretty high correlation there. So, you know, in a 15-minute period high school game, anytime you can, you know, exceed 40 shots in a 45-minute game, you're doing something right. Like we'll get matching penalties there, holding on Notre Dame and roughing on Darien, I believe. So Darien's up by 3, 4.5 to play here, and we'll skate. Those will be offsetting. We'll skate 5-on-5. You know, if you're Darien, you really want to be smart defensively here. You're not going to want to pinch. In other words, hold your opponent's, hold your own blue line and make sure you release, or at least get your partner to release, and make sure you don't put any undue pressure on Schofield here as we approach the 4-minute mark left in the third. Battle in the neutral zone here. Puck goes back to the Notre Dame defenseman. He throws it across to his partner, who tries to hit a winger in the neutral zone. Darien picks it up and moves it back into the neutral zone, where Notre Dame will regroup and look to come the other way. A little sloppy here last couple minutes.
If Darien can hold on to win this game, it'll be a big win for the Wave. As Bill mentioned earlier, Notre Dame-West Haven came in here undefeated. Nice save by Schofield on the shot by Ahern. And Ahern had 2 goals in the second period. The Green Knights' only goals of the game.
He'd probably like that one back a little bit. He didn't get full wood on that. Kind of fammed on it a little. Just squirted off his stick as he went to release it.
And Schofield was right there.
Notre Dame wins the draw.
Puck along the boards
fires
here.
It wide.
Puck in front. Taken by Darien. Here comes Stein. Cross-ice pass.
Jesus. Another undisciplined penalty by Notre Dame-West Haven. Really unnecessary. Again, I hate to keep harping on it, but you can't take any issue with it. I mean, the kid had cross-checked him, and he had to stick up head high from 10 feet away. And, you know, I mean, they've had a fine season so far, and they've got a bunch of nice players, but they've got to, again, do a little better job of respecting their opponent and respecting the game, quite frankly.
Cross-checking penalty. Darien a man up here for the next minute and 30 seconds. Stein with the puck in the neutral zone. Cross-ice pass to Erickson. There's McDermott.
Nice idea, just off the mark a little bit. Put it in, I think it was Erickson's skates there. Now the puck comes out to the middle of the umbrella. Darien going for a tip there, didn't quite get it.
Puck along the boards, and it's
2:10 left, with just inside a minute left on this, what'll probably be the last power play of the night for Darien.
I mentioned Bennett McDermott. McDermott, one of 3 Darien captains, Jack Massey and Cole Branca.
There's some nice puck movement there on the Darien power play. Darien crowd taking a scene out of Pitch Perfect here with the flashlights. That's pretty good. A for execution there.
Stoppage here, 1:23 left. 5-2, Blue Wave.
Wow, Smith has really earned his keep tonight. He's really played well, given how often they've been down. And
I was just going to ask you about Smith. He's taken a lot of shots.
Yeah, I mean, I got him at 46 right here, Damien.
Yeah.
20 this period. A couple of them have been down low, and he's gotten his pads out and his butterfly haven't been terribly difficult. But again, when you're man up that much, you're going to throw a lot of rubber at the net, which is exactly what the Wave has done tonight. And all right, so we're down to minute 6. We're 5-on-5 here, and let's just hope both teams' cooler heads prevail here down the stretch. Nobody does anything silly. Well, that one got through. I think it got the post.
Minute remaining. Darien keeps coming.
No, they're not stopping. Well, I mean, look, if you're Darien, you're coming in playing a team that's 7-0, ranked number 1 in the state, and knocked you out of the state playoffs last year.
Yep.
I'm not sure you need much more motivation than that.
Well said.
And, they've delivered. Certainly there's some things I'm sure Mac will look to clean up going forward.
Really, Bill, it was kind of a hiccup in the second period, and outside of that, they've played some really quality hockey.
Yeah, no, I mean, they came out a little flat. We're kind of resting on their laurels from the first. Excuse me. And again, I don't think they registered a shot until close to the and they might have had one in the first half of the period, but then they ended up with 13. So they certainly rallied. This poor kid is just seeing a ton of rubber tonight. They played pretty well, and I think Fiorita had a really nice goal there to kind of get them going, and Erickson followed it up with another, and 4-2, and they really haven't looked back. Notre Dame-West Haven shot themselves in the foot a little bit tonight by being undisciplined, and I'm sure Coach Vieira will talk to him about that. And, when you're on the road, you've got to be a little smarter. And
that's it, Bill Kirby. This one's in the books as Darien beats the number 1 ranked team in the state 5-2. Big win for the Wave as they improve to 4-1. And Notre Dame-West Haven loses their first game of the season. So if you're Darien head coach Mac Budd, you got to feel good about this one.
Yeah, it's they're acting like they just won the state championship there. It's a big win, but it's just another game.
That's right.
They got to re-rack quickly. Mac's yelling at them to get out and shake hands.
They will see these guys again later in the season. Effort from Erickson, so the Wave win 5-2. For Bill Kirby, I am Damian Andrew, and for our entire production crew, Trey Cahill, Dylan DeRiso, and Jack Kelly, I want to thank everybody for watching the DAF Media Network. We'll be back here Monday night. Darien takes on Greenwich as the Cardinals come in to the Darien Ice House. Bill?
Look forward to it. We'll see you there.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and have a great night, everybody. Take care.
Thanks, Damian.